Shut up and sit down.
What's up and welcome back to the channel, guys. This is a special one, the MPX by APFG. I've been teasing it for a while now and I thought, okay, let's do this. Because honestly, this is one of my favorites, if not my favorite. And I will explain to you why it is and also what's maybe a bit tricky about it. I'll get into the modularity, about the parts and the operations and also the insides, the internals. And yeah, I'll give you my honest feedback as usual, but I gotta say, I'm a bit of a fanboy of this one. All right, before we get into it, if you haven't until now, please like and subscribe. Follow me for more content, it really helps. I'm a young channel growing and I really enjoy what I'm doing and I love the comments. Honestly, today I had a bit of a down day, but reading those comments made me go all in. And yeah, really happy for the feedback and all your kind words. All right, let's get into it. This, as I mentioned, is the APFG MPX. So if I say APFG, that is just a synonym for VFC. I really like realism, so therefore VFC is always one of my favorite brands. And the APFG MPX is just one of those reasons why. This thing just works. Honestly, the kick, the snappiness, the modularity, all the parts that you can get for it, the way you can make it unique, like I did with my gray parts here, which I will get into detail a bit more. I really like it. There are hardly any downsides. There is one big one, which I'll get into a bit later into the video, so stick around for that one. Let me walk you through it. Right now, this is not the version, or not the look it would have if you buy it. If you would buy it, it will come without the stock. It will certainly not have this grip, which is a MOE K2 by Magpul. Really love the texture. I have that on all my GBBRs. I like having one grip that I can get used to. I think there's currently only one gun that has a different grip. But, well, never mind. Let's not derail already this early in the video. So yeah, this is the APFG MPX and I have the longer version. This is the 6-inch handguard. And this is the same barrel length as the original one. However, I installed a little bit of a, as you can see in here, a prolongation of the outer barrel so that I can fit a suppressor on there, which was the Novridge fast attach suppressor. However, the fast attach obviously doesn't work because now it's behind the handguard. But I love the look on it, and the Novridge ones actually dampened the sound quite a bit. This is a loud gun, very snappy, very loud. Love it, aggressive for an aggressive playstyle. Very easy to maneuver around. As you can see, it doesn't have any markings, unfortunately. I've been contemplating to buy the lowers with the engraved markings, but yeah. Instead, I put the 6-hour Romeo 5 on there, so that at least here some trademarks are on there. All right, let me walk you through what I've done to my MPX. As you can see, the bolt looks really used. However, this is not just used, this is also me grinding it down a bit for that gray to pop out, which in the end would have happened anyway, but I really liked it. It gives it a different look, a bit more used, rugged. I installed the enlarged magazine release on the right side, also in that gray pattern. Also the magwell in a gray pattern. And then as you can see here, this is the Angry Gun charging handle. However, as you might notice, this is not how it's supposed to be. I literally sawed it off because it was this long and that was freaking annoying. For a big gun, that might be cool to have a large charging handle. For a small SMG like this, I felt that was a bit too out of proportion, so I'll cut it down, file it down so that I don't have any rough edges, and that just works really, really well. And also a bit lighter than the other gray tones, but still in the same scheme. If we talk MPX, then we obviously need to mention that it has a much shorter version as well. So it does come, the original configuration is I think 4-inch barrel or 4.5-inch barrel, which should be around here with the suitable handguard to it, which now is in a box. But I also have this one here, Midwest Industries, the tiniest that you can get as a normal handguard, which would look a bit like this. So even shorter. What I love about the Midwest one is those edges, they're really smooth. I really like it. But I couldn't get off this. I love the suppressor being in the handguard, which with this one just wouldn't work because it's too short. The barrel literally ends here. So yeah, for now, this hasn't really found any use, but I have it in case that ever I need it. Talking about parts, as you see, I put this folding stock on the rear because it has, this was a push up, yeah, just enough length, and also the length of pull is really nice for me. As you can see here, we're almost in the elbow, which is the golden measure to look for. At least that's closer than the one that I had before, which is the collapsible stock instead the foldable one. Really nice look as well. I will show you in just a sec. And it has the little SICK engraving here, which I like. Honestly, this is a nice one. It's not, I would have loved one that you press and it shoots out entirely, or that you can rip out, but yeah, neither of that is given here, but it has nice QD sling attachment here, QD points, which this one has two in the back. The final piece of modularity, which is one of my favorite configurations, or just after this one, my favorite configuration, is the copperhead. Beautiful. Here again, you see I put on the the Magpul grip in the same Magpul gray. I put the Leopold optic on there, really like it, the LCO. Then I have my, I forgot the CC stands for something. Was it click clack? I don't know. Stood for something, forgot what it is, but it allows for great co-witnessing if ever the batteries are off, and also without the Leopold and just the iron sights. This one looks really nice. I will show you how to put it on while also having a look at the internals. Yeah. Before we go there, magazines, really, really cool. Love them. They have metal outside, although it looks like polymer, but it is metal. I have had great efficiency with those magazines. I have, I think, 6 or 7 in total, and I really enjoy them. They hold up really well. They always lock on empty, and so far none of them has had any leakage. 10 out of 10 for me. You can drop them, they're rather solid. The base plate here is solid enough for drops. If you can avoid concrete, that's great. But yeah, usually have a dump pouch anyway. But yeah, magazine's really good, great efficiency, and I will show you the FPS later as well. So to take it apart, pretty straightforward, honestly. Controls and the whole maintenance is really, really similar to what you would know from an M4 platform. So you have your selector here, which obviously in Germany, this one is useless. It's just the same as this one. Then you have your magazine release, ambidextrous on both sides. As I said, here I have the enlarged one. On this side, we have a normal one. Then you have your bolt release here, as well as here, right? You can hold open as well, which I like. So many guns only have this part. So if you want to hold open the bolt without the gun being empty or without having an empty magazine in there, you have a bit of a trouble. But with this one, you even have a little paddle here. You can just press that one down while racking the bolt and it locks open. And then you can release it either here or on your paddle over there. Charging handle already shown, works just as with an M4. And just as with an M4, we have 2 pins that we need to take out. They're a bit stiff. 2 pins to take out for disassembly or field stripping. Usually I don't mind tight pins because it also means tight tolerances and less wobble. Now you can see her from the inside. Okay, yeah, truth be told, this trigger is not the original one. This is one that I upgraded later on. Opa, which is supposed to be a steel trigger. Oh, did I get fooled or what? Oh shit. Ah no, it is, but very weak. There we go. But not 100% steel. Maybe I got hoodwinked. Well, it is flat at least, which I liked. Then we have our steel hammer. Oops, let me drop the hammer. So the trigger group is the VFC version 3. So everything that you need is out of steel, 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 steel. Controls are not out of steel. Pin obviously out of steel. Yeah, so everything that you need to be out of steel in here is. So that's already really good. Then to take it apart further, first off here you have a little buffer, just a little plastic buffer. If ever you lose them, there are plenty of 3D prints out there for this. And then here we have our bolt and the charging handle. And then inside you can see, hopefully, we are upgraded with the Maple Leaf bucking as well as the Maple Leaf Crazy Jet. Which brings me to the one critical part this gun suffers from, which is serious overhop. If you're interested in the MPX, you might have already seen and heard about this online. That is by far the biggest issue this platform has. It overhops almost any BB. To a point that I actually, because when I got this, I was one of the first ones in Germany to have one of them, and so therefore there were no upgrade parts yet. So what I did was I took the whole thing apart, took the hop-up unit out and filed down the arm that creates the pressure on the hop-up unit so that it has less pressure and therefore develops less of an overhop. I managed to get it to a suitable or completely fine way of hopping now. However, I cannot play anything below 36 with this gun, 0.36 gram. So we took everything out. Here again is the charging handle. Also fits the MCX. And yeah, as you can see, I cut these off by hand. I ordered a little hand saw for metal and was able to do an okay job, I think. I prefer it this way, that's for sure. And then here you'll see what I meant with I've been roughing up or smoothing over the sides and the corners. For looks, but mostly for smooth cycling. You have the insides. So far I didn't have to do much of maintenance with this, to be honest. I'm not sure whether it comes with an impasse. I don't think so. Yes, it does. There is a little disc on a little screw. I don't know if you can see it or not. But yeah, it has an impasse. I never used it. I never adjusted the impasse. To be fair, I only took this out for games where FPS didn't matter, because it was in a garden of a friend and we were just having fun and pain. But mostly fun. Yeah, so that's that. And now all you need is these two parts, and then you insert them in your copper head, just the way you took them out. As you see here, I also upgraded with a Maple Leaf bucking, a different one, a lighter one, I think. But yeah, let me put it back together. You know, you see this little hook, and inside here you have a little crevice where it fits in. You always start with this, put it in for a couple of centimeters, and then you slide them in together. Because otherwise, sometimes you have a little bit of a you block, basically you block the charging handle and the bolt together, and then they don't move forward, and then basically everything is stuck. So yeah, pull out the pins, yeah, all good here, and then we just slap it on here. One thing I have to say, the copper head has a bit more play copperhead upper. There we go. And then we have the possibly shortest configuration an MPX can run, and a real CQB monster. Just for the looks, magazine is empty. Yeah, I mean, this is an absolute beaut. I really love it. Now, just for the looks, I'll also put on the different stock. Which one will it be? Oh, first one, crazy. Getting better at this, huh? Okay, take this one off. There we go. And then we slap on the other one. Does it have the same? No, it doesn't. That would have been. So this is how you would get it. Obviously not with the copperhead, but no stock, no nothing. Just how's it called? 1933 rail or 1913? One of the two, sorry. Yeah, you only get it this way, and then you can attach whatever you want. And then we can slide it on here. Make sure that we line it up. Usually what I would do is then slide it in so that it can't move too far out of place. And then you find the perfect sweet spot and you tighten it. Good, there we go. Now this is with the stock pulled out, and now you will see what I meant earlier, this one. So the other stock, just for comparison, is, as we can see, just a tad longer, but when you have the gun shouldered, that does make a difference. I don't know if this is visible. Right now it is really short, and that obviously makes the angle that you have to grip your gun also shorter and a bit less comfortable. Obviously with the I think this is 18 degree, no, 12 degree, something like this, 12 degree Magpul grips. That doesn't make a big difference, but big enough for me to switch to the folding stock. This is then, yeah, the shortest you can go. Obviously, if you fold the stock, yes, arguably you're shorter, but this is easier or quicker to deploy still. And it also is a great look. But yeah, as I said, I prefer it, and this is exactly why I will take it off again. I prefer it with the folding stock. Just is a bit more comfortable. But style-wise, obviously, you have all the choices, and there's so many parts out there. Now with the Stratos X coming onto the market, or in the UK it's already on the market, in Germany not yet, you have a different company doing an MPX model. However, from what I heard, it's entirely compatible to the VFC ones, even down to the magazines. So that opens up a lot more options, because they have, I think, 2 or 3 versions. No, 2. One with the 4-inch handguard and barrel, and the other one with the 12-inch, so like the John Wick style. That also looks really cool. However, for me, being an SMG, it doesn't need that long of a barrel. For me, it's not a sniper rifle. I want it to be nice and compact and maneuverable. And yeah, this is it for me. Let me give you a couple of test shots just so you can... Yeah, it's empty, just so you have an impression. Snappy as fuck. Honestly, trigger as well. If I may show you a little bit of a take up here. Yeah. Not the greatest. Gotta say, there are other VFC triggers that are nicer. Maybe that is just because of this upgrade part not being 100% in tolerance. Possibly it's a bit rough around the edges and I would need to smooth it over, but I'm completely fine with it, because as soon as you're on the wall, you can just trigger this thing freaking fast, as I just showed you. So yeah, now let me do a bit of FPS tests. I think I had a magazine somewhere. There we go. Full mag, green gas, 30 gram or 0.3 gram BBs. goggles on, and then we have a go. This is obviously with the shorter barrel. QD, oh, look at this. Beauty. As with many GBBs, if you load the magazine up to the brim, it is wise to test how much leeway you have here before you insert the mag on a closed bolt, or you do safety first, you open the bolt, you insert your magazine, and then you drop it. So let's have a look what we're dealing with here. I'll call them out. 1.04, so 1 joule 0.5, 1 joule 0.2, 1 joule, all the debris, and 1 joule, and again 1 joule, and again 1 joule, 0.9. 8 shots starting at 1 joule, 0.05. We went down to 0.9 joule and 6. Yeah. So for me, that's completely fine. Perfect CQB indoor joule output. Now I will put on the other upper again and test the FPS output there as well. Okay, here we are again, now with the longer upper, and we continue. 1.07, 1.06, 1.06, 1.03, 1.04, 1.01, 1.01, and 1.03. So similar velocity, maybe I have the same barrel length in there, must be that. So very, very good CQB output, and from what I can tell you, what I saw range-wise, everything up to 40 to 50 meters is not a problem at all, due to the strong and even too strong hop-up. You can hop almost any BB weight. However, from what I saw online, the Quad guys, or Quantum Industries, will bring out a redefined or new version of the hop-up unit for the MPX line as well as the Spear line, and this might be a real game changer, because it might put this one on a level where you do not have to, like me, tinker with the hop-up arm and hope for good results, but where you might have something that is good out of the box. And from what I saw, you can even adjust it through one of your M-Lock slots. So you don't have to take it apart or anything. Right now, you adjust the hop-up through this little gas port, so to say, a mock gas port. There you can see it. It's even indicated with an arrow. You need a long Allen key, a thick one as well, that is provided in the box. And then you turn to increase or decrease your hop. There you have it. This is the MPX. I really love it. Let me know what you like about it, what you don't like about it, if you have one. And drop a like and subscribe. I would appreciate that a lot. It helps and it shows the algorithm that you like what you saw and that many people might like it too. And that will push me on to the next level, which I hope will happen this year. So yeah, smash a like, drop a comment. Do you have an MPX? What do you like about it? What do you hate about it? And what would you like to see on the channel next? This was it. Bye-bye.